Say what you said, back at it again. The new 2022 season, man, and it's feeling great. We feeling great today, man. Got my boy Wes in the building and Laro Benz and my boy Zae. I'm your host, Tommie. All right, we appreciate y'all for tuning in today, man. How y'all feeling?
Good, man. Good,
smooth.
Good to be here.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you for coming in today, man. So, what's good with y'all? How y'all doing, man? What's been up? You been absent, man. How you doing?
I'm doing straight, man.
You straight?
I had to go home for the holidays, family,
Yeah.
whatever, but I'm good.
You good? You feeling better now?
Yes, sir.
All right. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. We've been talking about this for a while, to kind of come on here and chop it up with y'all and see what's going on, pick each other's brains, but I'm excited to be here, though.
Appreciate you for being on here for us.
Yeah,
Sure.
man, it means a lot. So we just get into the topics real quick, man. We're going to talk about a little bit about what y'all 2022 so far. How's it been so far? And then what are y'all, looking to get out of it? Come 2023, the end of 2022, with y'all, you know what I'm saying? What are y'all goals a little bit? Either one of y'all can go first, really.
Goals. I just want to have a healthy year. I think God's been talking to me a lot about, a year of breakthrough, a year of abundance. I think that I believe that's what I'm walking into, and I'm just trying to get prepared for that and, walk in it and own it. And I'm just excited for a new year, man. It's, we just getting better and continuing to grow, continuing to learn more about me, about, relationships and stuff like that. So it's just exciting. We're growing, man. I'm grateful.
Yeah, that's what's up.
What do you do again?
I play football. Right now I'm in the CFL. I played in Canada with Montreal. I had my first year last year, and then I have another year on my contract coming up this year. I leave again in May. So right now I'm just in the off season, enjoying my time with my family and also working out and stuff like that.
That's
But
dope.
yeah.
Are you? Where you from?
I'm from out here. I was born in Mesa, grew up in Chandler, and I went to Chandler High School, went to NAU, met my guy Tommie, locked in forever now, you know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
But yeah, and then, just been moving around, stuff like that through football.
How's that transition from Arizona to Canada?
It's a lot different. In Canada, me going into it, I thought it was going to be a lot different than what it was. I thought it was going to be just a culture shock and stuff like that, just because it's a new country. But it's really similar to the U.S. In Montreal, it's French Canadian, so they speak French. Their first language is French. But everybody speaks English though. I could be talking to you and you don't really have an accent and you speak English, but then the next customer come in, whatever, say you work at Starbucks or something, I'm talking to you in English. Next customer comes in, you just boom, hit them with some French. And you can't really tell, oui, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's different. But I lived in Montreal. It's like a city vibe kind of thing. So you can think of smaller New York kind of type of vibe. It's like that, but I mean, it's on the East Coast. So in Canada, it's right above Vermont and New York. Montreal is up that way. So it's east, cold and stuff like that. So
is it a far drive from New York?
No, I think I don't know exactly how many hours, but there's a couple guys on the team who are from New York that they just drove and up there. Maybe I want to say maybe 3 hours.
Oh, that's
at the
not
most.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
That's 3 hours from Khalil.
Yeah,
New York
yeah.
to Baltimore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
You gotta take a lot of toll roads.
Yeah.
That's the only downfall. You gotta take the toll roads.
Pay that money.
Yeah, that's what's up though. Shoot. Yeah, we gonna get into that, your backstory.
Yeah,
we gonna get into that one. Man, how you been, man? What's your 2022 looking like? You got plans, man?
Man, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to grow for my guy Zae Way right here. So since I do social media, so my goals, I already wrote it on my board at home. Trying to hit 500K subscribers. I'm growing every day now. 316 right now. Trying to hit 5 million on TikTok. I'm at 3.6. we just want to grow. My whole thing about 2022 is just growth.
Yes.
Just finding my own.
Growth in what area? Like, you talking about growth in your social media? Or you talking about growth in yourself? What do you?
I'm talking about bread.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay.
It's, everything that I've been through last year. I went through a lot of downfalls and a lot of, tough roads. But, I'm coming into this year with just a better mindset, positivity, not letting anything break me, not letting other people bring me down. I got a lot of things going on with friends, family. So I'm just trying to stay focused just for my, just for me.
Yeah.
And keep my mind clear.
That's what's up, man. I feel like that's gonna be like the phrase of the year is positive mindset, like positive talk, because that's like huge, man. That's so big nowadays. To like encourage yourself and like stick to what you're saying,
Exactly.
because that's pretty dope, man.
Less talking, more doing.
Exactly, man. Mm-hmm. So, how was y'all's 2021? Like, how did it treat you? Did you see yourself like? Everything. So what I mean by that is like everything you told yourself you was gonna do, like the last year New Year's resolution. Did it play out? Like, how was it in 2021?
Oh, like us going into 2021?
So like So like last year going into 2021 and all this stuff, like an overview look, and you look back and you just like, all right, did I accomplish everything I needed to? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel you did that, or do you still feel like?
I feel like I did, in a way. I feel like everything happens for a reason. It's not always just gonna be guaranteed what's gonna happen for you.
Right.
So you just have to expect, the downfalls. You have to expect it, but you become stronger coming out of it. When you have those hard times and hard days. So, I don't really look at it like 2021 was bad or anything like that. I just look at it as like a learning experience and then see what I could do better the next year.
Yeah.
Type thing. So.
Okay.
It's really the same for me. It was going into my first year of the CFL. I didn't have a contract at the time. Kind of that whole get down, it's a long story, but I was just being faithful, continuing to work out and stuff like that, hoping to get a contract. It all worked out, not fell through, but it worked out and it went through in a good way. And I got the contract, made it out there, and then, had to make the team and stuff like that, accomplish that goal. And then started the first 2 games, and then I got hurt. I broke my thumb. I was out 6 weeks, and then in that time frame of me recovering from the thumb, I hurt my foot just on some I wasn't doing anything. It just kind of stress fracture. I think it was overworking. Like my foot just broke. I had like a stress fracture in my toe. So I was out the whole season. But looking back, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Kind of like what you were saying. But like you said, it's a learning experience. I had to look at life from a different aspect and, enjoy what I can enjoy, and rather than, always getting what I want and playing football, I was still on the team. They didn't cut me, which was great. I was able to, build relationships and stuff like that with my guys on the team, and just kind of look at stuff from a different aspect. And I know that helped me a lot. I'm just more grateful for just seeing God work in other people's lives and, the relationships that I've made during that time. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have that setback, So it didn't really pan out exactly because I wanted to go in and, go crazy. Like, it started out good. I had a pick. Like, I'm doing my thing. Like, I wanted to, continue to keep elevating. But I did elevate, definitely, but just not in the way that I imagined. But this was the best way possible for me, so.
Yeah. Wait, so... You know how in the NBA they have like the D League? Is the CFL kind of like that? No, I don't know how to.
I wouldn't really call it that.
No, it's not. But even if even if you're in the G League, like, you're still
an NBA player.
Yeah, but the CFL is different. It's like different type of football. It's in Canada. It's just kind of its own thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the NFL is its own thing. It's an American football.
Like soccer. International.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's their own thing. Real Messi and all that.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I didn't know.
That's what's up, man. I don't know. Like, so how is your journey as far as your transitions. I know going from high school to college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've talked about it, but just like it just kind of giving us a brief, or not a brief, but like just explaining like your mindset going into like college, starting from high school.
From high school to college.
Yeah, so like from high school to college, how would you say like your transition and all that stuff was?
I think the high school that I went to Chandler High School. They prepared me well for the next step. You know, kind of our practices that we had in high school were very up tempo. You know, we had good competition on the field. They recruited. Well, I mean, you didn't really recruit in high school, but the area that we were in, we had good athletes that flowed through that area, and they came to that high school. So it was always good competition. It wasn't like, you know, you can't just go out there and lollygag and whatever and expect to have your spot every week. Like, you know, we had to compete like that, and that helped me when I got to NAU. But when I got to NAU, I was more focused on just my talent, and I wasn't really doing any extra work. I wasn't putting in any extra work, and I realized that came back to bite me in the butt because, you know, talent can only get you so far. Like, you know, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you could be as talented as you want to, but the person that continues to keep working every single day and strives to get better every single day in whatever aspect, you know, like they're gonna keep growing. They're gonna keep elevating. Right? Well, your talent, you know, it's your gift from God, but it will only take you as far as, you know, far as it's been given to you. Like, you got to keep working at it, you know. Yeah. It's like anything. And I ended up didn't do well for me just because I was, like I said, just focused on my talent. I wasn't performing at the aspect that I wanted to be. And
now, let me ask you, what do you think that was? Because this was a big question that I was talking to my brother with. Do you think that was a coach thing? Cause you know, I know that staff that you had. I know that staff, man. The staff, I mean, especially with the new staff that came in after you guys, it just seemed like a whole different. Like, they was calling dudes out in front of everybody type thing. Like, they didn't care. Obviously, they weren't their players in the first place. But like, do you feel like in a way, like that's kind of like a coach thing, or do you feel like?
I think it is. I mean, it's not all on the coaches; it's also on the athletes. But, you know, it's not, but we're young, you know, we're 17, 18 years old. Like, you know, we don't really know too much. We need some guidance, you know, and that's where that does come in. At least just to show me the ropes. Like, I don't need you to call me every morning, Wes, wake up, let's get this workout. And like, I don't need that, but, you know, just be on my butt, you know, and coach me in the ways that I know that I need to be coached, and ways to continue to get me better. Like, you know, it's, if you see me slacking, if you see me not on time, if you see me, you know, being lazy, like, tell me, you know. And I don't really think I had that and at that school. So I definitely think it had something to do with that, but it's not all on them. It's also on me, you know. Like, I wasn't focused. I wasn't where I needed to be. But like I always say, you know, everything, like you said, everything happens for a reason. Like, I needed that wake up call. Like, put me on the bench. Like, I was mad at first, but I'm like, what? Like, you know, what do I need to do? Like, and then it started clicking. Like, you know, I gotta do some extra stuff. Like, I don't like this feeling. Like, I gotta put some more work in. So, but yeah, I think, and then just from NAU to college, I don't know if we're gonna ask that, but
so NAU is the college.
I mean,
I know what you meant. I like teasing.
My bad.
I'm just teasing.
No, that's good.
So it was I was gonna ask was like in that, because like, I kid you not, when we talking about, like, you know how you guys seen like The Man, you know what I'm saying, like, that was, you know, that he was one of those guys. I was like, so
that dude, like that dude on the team.
He don't like being told that.
Wait, that's what Khalil was saying. Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he don't like being told that, but
he's humble.
No, it was like, there was a couple guys, I kid you not, they like leadership status, right? And they could do no wrong. He was one of them. Khalil, I think there were a couple guys that they really loved, and that, like, Case was the big one.
Case definitely was.
Case was the face of NAU at one point. So, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was those guys, and you was one of them, and then going from that to like having to find your way a little bit more outside of college, like how was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know you guys don't, like, you're like, we're very humble about it, but like I know you don't, like, you didn't carry that, but like, you know, going from like playing a lot to being relied on to then having a different role, like how was that?
I mean, it's tough, like on anybody. You know, you want to be. It's not even want to be the guy, but I just want to. I want to play. You know, I want to do what I'm here to do. And if you're not doing it, it's like, you know. But I always, you know, I've realized like I always have to look back at myself. Like it's not always, you know, there are certain circumstances where, you know, it's the situation that you're in, or you know, it sometimes doesn't have anything to do with, you know, you as a player or you as a person. Like you just may not be fit for this job. You may, you know, we may have somebody who's already here working at this job, so we can't hire you. Like, and it's like real world jobs. Like it's the same thing. So, like just, you know, some of the stuff is like, okay, I gotta look back at myself. Like, how can I continue to keep getting better? How can I continue to, you know, keep my faith and stay confident in myself, even if it's just the situation. Like, you know, sometimes it's not the person, it's just, you know, the situation. Like, and you can't control that. Like, it's stuff that you can control and you can't control. And I think I was just falling back on what do I need to control as like what can I control, which is my attitude and my effort and, you know, how I go into work every day. Like, and even if I don't have a job, how am I, you know, being persistent in my days of, you know, continue to work towards that goal, even if I can't see it. You know, it's not always about what I'm seeing. Like it's, you know, the vision that I have, and, you know, continue to be persistent in that. And I mean, yeah, it's tough on anybody, but you know, it's just kind of how you take it. Like, you know, nothing's real. You can take it personal. It's all about perspective. Like you can take it personally, or you can take it personally in a negative way. You can take it personally as a positive. Like, okay, like, you know, you don't think I'm fit for this? Cool. Like, I'm going to just keep going and you're going to see me again. Like, you know, I may not be with you, but you're going to see me again. Like, you know, that type of mentality. Or you take it as, oh, I can't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't make it. Yada, yada, like poor me type of thing. And,
like, woe is me.
Yeah, like, and I just never grew up like that. So, so yeah, I mean, it has its ups and downs. I'm not saying it's easy, but I think it's just a mindset that you have to, you know, take into it and maintain, even regardless of the circumstance.
Yeah, so like that Mamba mentality, I feel it.
Exactly, yeah. Like, couldn't nobody tell Kobe, you know. Like, boy had a broken, something on his hand, he's shooting left-handed jumpers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now he knows how to work his left hand. Like, it's just it's a mentality, bro. Like,
I don't think there is ever someone like that now.
Nah.
Like you talk about Mamba, they would, like, I kid you not. So I feel like some people, and this some of it is facts. I mean, like, you worry about your bread so much that you know what I'm saying. Like at one point, if you get hurt, you thinking of I'm losing money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I kid you, the guys that because I spoke like my brothers on IR. You know, like they talking about, man, I just feel like I'm losing checks, and I'm like, that's facts. You know what I mean? Like, for those guys, that's like their livelihood. Like, that's how they make their money, most of their money. You know, so you know, it's facts. You know, Mamba mentality is huge, especially now. Like, people gotta put that time, that work in. You know, so you know, and man, that's incredible. So, you know, and then your journey as well, man. It's going crazy itself. I mean, your start and how you started and why you wanted to get started. I mean, I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Nah.
Yeah, man. Why the influencer thing? Like, why? No.
What is it? You said TikTok and stuff like that. I don't know. Like,
so what I do? Well, to go
what do you
back,
do basically? Not in the bad way, but like it sounds like it's popping. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Like, I come to the crib like, you just playing video. What do you do? You ain't got no job, Tommie. What do you do?
You talk about 3.5 million, some thousand subscribers. I'm like,
So how it all starts? So like high school.
Still trying to get 10 subscribers on this.
High school, obviously, my whole life I played basketball, so I was always an athlete first.
Cooking. I'm sorry, I just got it. Bro, he is cold at basketball. Still is.
Yeah.
But you know those people that like you shout out to give like that gave you work when you were younger. Like he was one of them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's short, but
He's a guard, point guard.
Yeah.
Cooking still to this day. Huh?
But I remember it. I was high school, my senior year, and I was supposed to play. It was AAU, and I was supposed to play in front of Azusa, the college D2.
Yeah, Azusa.
I ended up messing up my ankle, so everything kind of went downhill. Then I ended up getting to play for a Christian college in Nebraska, so I went to play there. Everything went out bad. School ended up getting shut down. So I came back to Cali, live with my parents. I was trying to go JUCO for like 2 years. Nothing worked. So when I lost basketball, I got like into a deep depression. Cause like that's all I know my whole life. I never done anything. Like try like losing something you love, something you dedicated your life to since you was a kid. Like you want to go NBA or overseas or something. You know what I'm saying? As an athlete. So like my whole dreams was crushed. I didn't know what to do. So it was 2018. So then I got in. So I started working at FedEx. I started working with kids. And this man hit me up, and he was like, you should do social media. He was like, you should try YouTube. And I was like, bro, I ain't doing no goddamn YouTube. I don't even like talking to people. I don't like showing my face. I'm not about to do that. So then I talked to my brother and sister about it. I was like, what y'all think about doing YouTube? And they was like, we should. We always watch it. So then one day my sister ended up doing a video of her pranking me that she got a boyfriend. So I posted, so I was like, all right, cool. So she ended up pranking me, whatever. I looked at the video. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just post this shit. It was funny anyways. I posted. It went viral. Next thing you know, like 3 months go by. I'm already at like 10K subscribers. A few weeks go by. I'm at 30K. A few weeks go by. I'm at 50, 60, 70. That's good. And I just ended up growing. And then, so in my mind, I was like, all right, if I could apply everything I've done my whole life into basketball, I could apply it to social media. So, you know, so that's basically all I did. Like, it was many times where I wanted to stop or wanted to quit. People was like, you can't do social media. You can't do this. It's not worth it. It's not a career. I was like, bro, I got nothing else. Like, this is all I could do right now. So I just kept going. Next thing you know, this is where I'm at. I'm at 316 now. I continue to grow every day. I mean, how I look at it is like, you know, I went through a lot of rough roads with this. But how I look at it as like, you know, I got knocked down so many times, but I always responded. You know what I'm saying? I never stayed down. Like, I got like a lot of hard hits, but I came out even better the next day or 2 weeks later type shit. So, you know, so what I do is like I post, like I do pranks, I do vlogs, I do all those type of things. And then I ended up blowing up more on TikTok. I was at like 400K before I came out here last year. And I started doing videos with his sister and him. And then like a month went by, and she helped me gain like 2 million on TikTok
in a week.
No, yeah, like in
less than a week.
Wow.
Yeah,
it just blew up.
That's crazy.
And just started.
What that look like? Like it's just your followers.
It just goes crazy, bro. Like, you wake up next day, you look at it, and it's like 400K subscribers overnight. Type shit. And it's
crazy,
like,
bro.
Like that's how it was. So like now, you know, even though I don't have basketball, so now this is my new love for now. I love playing basketball. I play it as much as I can. But so now I just applied everything I've done with basketball into social media. And it's been fun. It's like when the pandemic hit in 2020, that's when I lost my job. So I was like,
you were doing both like the social media stuff and
working.
Okay.
And working. But in 2020, that's when COVID hit or whatever. So we were out of a job, but we were still getting paid, obviously, through the fucking
unemployment.
Unemployment,
oh,
yeah, unemployment
okay.
Or whatever. So then I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stack videos. And next thing you know, I was just ever since I never went back to work.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So I just started.
YouTube pays though. YouTube pays.
TikTok pay ass, but you know YouTube pays.
Instagram is doing good right now, right?
Yeah, Instagram.
YouTube pays. I mean, you get your social media followers up. It's crazy. I mean, it's so crazy. So I was talking to, I forgot who I was talking to this about. I think it was you. I was talking. It's just about social media in general. Like how important or unimportant do you think it is at times? Because I don't know. It can get to that point where you feel like, you know, you're an influencer, but it can also get to a point where it's just like it's just too much. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at
yeah.
times.
You have a balance when it comes to being on social media.
At times, and we've talked about this before. I know it, but at times, like, what do y'all get tapped into as far as like the social media stuff? Like, how does it, how does it work? I'm trying not to laugh because I know we talked about this before, but it's just like, what do y'all get tapped into? Like,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
so tapped in. Like, what are y'all like on social media? Like, what are y'all checking out? Like, y'all looking at more positive, more because so there's stuff like news for fact. It's like my dad was telling me this a while ago, and I didn't notice this, but everything I was looking at on social media, it was negative. It was just news. It wasn't anything I was trying to look for. It was all the news feeds that I follow, and it was just like. But it was coming back. I'm like, Dad, you hear about this? Dad, you hear about? And my dad goes, hey man, you know that you ain't really said anything positive. Like, well, what have you looked at positively? Talk about some positive things. So, like, what do you guys pay attention? What grabs your attention on social media?
What's
like,
crazy for me is that like I don't even be on it like that. Like all I do is just upload. Like I don't even. Like he even knows.
You don't have an influencer yourself?
I don't have an influencer. Like,
no,
nah. But there's not nobody I like. Oh yeah. Okay. What I do? I watch gaming. I watch like streamers.
I wouldn't say that. I feel like you do watch it because like this is for me. Like I watch it to study. It's like a craft. Like
it's
you
like
film. You want to film. You study it. So
you know what I'm saying? Let's
critique your own talent.
Well, I mean, but like a lot of the creators, they always have drama.
Oh, that's facts.
Like I don't get like too caught up.
I mean, yeah, everybody's trying to be like Jake Paul.
Yeah, man.
They were trying to be like him or his brother Logan. Like they go on, they talk podcasts. There's like I don't know if they consider drama. I mean, they influence a lot of people.
No, yeah, they do. It's just, I mean, when people try to get into social media or become an influencer, they try to change themselves. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I've done, like. I've never changed. Like I've always stayed me. Like around them, around y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been around influencers that like feel like they gotta have they feet kissed when they walk on the ground type shit. Like I swear, like, it's funny, but I'm so serious. Like you know what I'm saying? There's people who like, hey, it's me. Like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked. Right. Like when it comes to the influencer things, or I was talking to Wes. It was just like the blue check stuff.
Oh, the blue verification.
You know what I'm saying? Like to somebody else, like you don't know them, right? That's just another person. But if someone follows you and they know you and they know that you're verified and all these other things, right? You technically have that blue check over your head.
It's like an image.
Yeah.
It's like an image. It's like
it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm verified on Instagram. I matter. And it's like,
right.
Do you?
I feel you. I mean,
come on now.
We're all humans. Like we shouldn't all look at each other. Well, look at influencers as like, oh, they're like I don't want to say
better?
like better. You know what I'm saying? Like how I look at it, I'm just like you. We're all like each other. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I don't even do what I do for a fucking blue check. I don't give a damn about that shit. I do it because I have supporters, people who look up to me, who care. You know what I'm saying? So I care about them. I just put out to make their day better. That's how I do it. But I know that you want to say something.
No, I was just gonna say like. To a certain extent, I care about the blue check as far as business, but as a human being, I don't give a fuck.
So what is that? So if you have a blue check as far as business,
so the type of deals we get, like if you have a blue check, more brand deals will come to you and they'll take you serious.
Yeah,
here's a blue check.
I mean,
let's mess with them.
But let's say you have a blue check, but you only got like 5,000 followers. Does that matter? Like you know what I'm saying? Does the followers and the blue check matter when it comes to business? Now you know what I'm saying. Because
that's a good question.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying, like, because I was told as far as business goes, like especially personal training, like I'm looking at all these personal trainers, I'm like, man, they got blue check, they follow, you know what I'm saying. But sometimes that stuff don't even matter. Like I know someone who's like doing pretty well for himself, is a celebrities, trainer, but his Instagram is like nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? Like there's guys like that.
I tell you what, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. That's all it's about, bro. Yeah. Especially with like social media. Like You got the blue. Like I have 3.6 million followers on TikTok. I'm still not fucking verified. There's people who have 400K on TikTok and verified type shit. So, but it's just not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Yeah, because athletes and celebrities, they get it faster.
I think Club got his right away.
Yeah, I mean, he's, you know what I'm saying. But he was a part of a verified team.
Yeah.
He was a part of a verified team, so that obviously is gonna make a big difference. You know. So yeah, but what about you, Wes? What you been? What grabbed your attention, or you know what I'm saying? What it like your perspective? If you don't even have to talk about what like grabs your attention, but like your perspective on social media, like how does that?
I mean, I was really into it, just to the point to where it was taking my attention and I didn't realize it. You know, like
That's a fact.
I'm looking at other people's stuff and like, bro, I got my own life. Like, I need to get my own stuff right. You know, I got people like family around me. Like, I don't, and I'm not giving the attention where I need to give it in real life. And I'm looking at it on social media. You know, like,
Right.
I'm like, bro, this gotta go. And right now, I'm like, I'm not on Instagram. Like, I still have an account, but the app, you know, it's on my phone just because it's like, for me, it's not that I mean, I guess you could say I'm nosy, but not in a place to where I'm trying to find something. Like,
Right.
I just be looking. Like, I'm a curious person. Yeah, like, I just want to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Just see what's up. Like, oh, I like fashion too. So like, oh, so-and-so, you know, what he wearing, rocking to the game, or what he wears to the Grammys, or like, so I just be looking at stuff, you know, and like, but then there's also another form of that just will come in without me even knowing it, where I'm judging, or I'm comparing, or I'm
Without
so and so,
trying.
without trying. Like, you know, it just grows over time. Like, there's that, I guess you could say, like that evil spirit that just, you know what I'm saying, it just keeps it creeps on in without you really knowing it. So I mean, for me, it's just Instagram. Like, it's cool. I mean, I think it's a good platform if you're using it right, but it can also, you know, take you down the wrong path if you comparing all the time and looking at other. Yeah, you letting it. You looking at other people's lives and they're doing this, they're doing that. Yeah, like
makes people depressed for real.
Oh, I don't got a blue check. Like that could really make somebody depressed. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I don't got this. Like. Like Michael Todd, he's a pastor. Like, he had like 1.4 million followers on Instagram. He didn't have a blue check for a while. Like, and his church is like real popping and stuff like that. But it just doesn't matter at the end of the day, you know. Once I seen that, I'm like, but it doesn't matter.
Got
like,
supporters,
right? And people
you can have 1.4 million haters.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people that will follow your account just because they want to see you lose. I was like, and
no, that's a fact too.
So go ahead. Sorry.
I just, you know, I pick and choose kind of when I want to get on there, and I don't stay on too long. Like, but I found a different sense of peace, like, without it. Like, people who know me, like, you call my phone, like, you know, text me, whatever. But like, a lot of people have access to me, and I'm nobody special. I'm just saying, like, in general, if I have an Instagram account or a social media account, a lot more people have access to me, and that could be good for some people and bad for other people. And the way that I choose to use it, you know, works for me. You know, like, it don't gotta work for everybody, but like, I just don't, like, sometimes it's just I'm not good with everybody having access to just hit me up on Instagram. You know, like, if you got my number, you can hit me. I'm just in that mode right now, like, you know, I'm just trying to.
You cool off of it.
Yeah, just
because I think that's important, though. I think a lot of people don't realize, especially when you're like, you know, CFL, doing all these crazy things, like, you want people to recognize, like, you want people to realize, like, you know, I'm valid or I matter.
But then it's like, what am I doing it for? You know, like, am I doing it for validation, or if I'm doing this to, you know, this is something that I've been dreaming to do, and I'm trying to help out my family. I'm trying to, you know, get back to the community. Like, it's just like I need to be more focused in why I'm doing this. You know, like, I'm not trying to get noticed. Like, you know, that obviously that comes with it. Like, you know, that comes with the game that you playing. Like, you know, with the sport, with the influence, and whatever job that you have. But that's not the goal for me. You know? Like, so. It's just making that just making that an emphasis. Like, I can't be doing this to be validated. Like, that's not what I want. You know, if it comes with it, it comes with it. But that's not what's gonna make me get up every morning.
Yeah,
that's facts.
That's what I do. Yeah, I do what I do. It's bigger than me. That's how I look at it. Even this is what I do, but it's always bigger than me. You know, I just want to take care of people that I love.
Yeah.
As long as they taken care of, that's how I feel like I won.
Yeah.
And it's not about being the biggest influencer, being the biggest creator. If I could be able to sit there and be like, I'm taking care of my mom for the rest of her life, that's all that matters to me. Yeah. And that's
a good fact. I mean, your brother and sister are a big part of your Instagram journey as well, right? I mean, shoot, dude, I remember them when they were. That's the last time. But that's the last time I physically saw them. Bro. Like
when
physically,
they were like little.
Yeah, like when they were running around babies.
Damn, I forgot.
Yeah, I ain't seen them since Jayhawks. Yeah, so that's crazy. Yeah, it's been a minute because he didn't go to our high school, so we never saw him around. You know what I'm saying? What high school did you go to again?
I went to Eleanor Roosevelt. It was in Maryland.
Yeah. You was on these schools with your dad, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. But that's incredible, man. I mean, shoot, it's I don't know. I feel like as far as with social media, when it comes to it, and when it comes to your journey in general, I feel like finding that balance, that key, that just, that peace. I think that's a lot of people's I feel like that could be a big goal for 2022. Especially especially for myself. Like I'm definitely been trying to find that, like, just take a chill pill, take a second, because it can make a lot of people anxious. I think I forgot. Someone was just on somebody's podcast. I kept keeping up with a podcast, and I was watching them, and they were speaking on just like, it doesn't matter when you get it, when you get that first 100,000 or you get that first, like, whatever, like, it doesn't matter. He's like, you got it. Right. Like, everybody thinks at 25 you should be making that type of money. Like, how crazy that is to do.
I think that's everybody's like age of like 25. When you're 20, when I'm 25, I'm gonna have a wife, kids, and live in this mansion. And then you get to 25, you're like, shit, I don't got nothing. What's going on? But it's just that you putting that limit on it when there is, like you said, there's no limit. When you get it, you get it.
Yeah, for some people, they, their goal, and then when they shoot for it and they actually get it, like, that was their goal. Right. But it's like, you'll always be chasing something bigger or something. Always be chasing something. Yeah, especially if it's not filled with. I kind of want to speak on for a second your journey with God, man. Mm-hmm. Like, I know for a fact he put a lot of incredible works into your journey, because at the time that I was going through it, and I was finding God myself, I didn't really have a lot of, like, someone to talk to about certain things. Like, nobody understood, like, this is what I'm going through, and God's trying to tell me something, and they would, just do it yourself, like you. And I'm like, nah, it's not me, it's God. Like, you, like, God is doing this. Like we give, like, a lot of times, a lot of people, they give the devil too much credit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, nah, it's God showing you, hey, you need to challenge yourself, or you asked me to make you better, but you don't like how I'm doing it, like, don't ask, that's like how I was feeling. But so, at the time, your journey, like, I was able to find, and I kid you not, like, we locked in forever as far as, like, NAU, but at NAU, it was not this close. Like
it wasn't at all.
It wasn't this close at all. You know how competitive, like it was just on the field and it carried off, and it just, like, you know what I'm saying?
I play DB, corner, safety.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm offense, and I'm on the scout team every day against him, so he's got to deal with me every day, you know what I'm saying? Vice versa. So it was like, and especially for someone, like, competitive, and, like, they didn't, like, last year, we didn't have the best record. We were, losing at home, guys giving up because the coaches, they were leaving. They were on the way out, and we knew that, and it wasn't no, like, all right, this is last ride, let's go get it. It was a lot of, there's a lot of me, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of they had to worry about their careers afterwards, Right. And so, like, but just, like, it was not this close, man. I'm telling you, it was crazy. And so God put a lot of, like, works in me and in him. and when I needed someone to like, I went to him. But yeah, just explain that for a second. Like, explain your journey and like how it got started, or how someone who's looking for it can like can get it.
I know that if you're looking for him, you always find him. If you're not looking for him, you're not gonna find him. That's with anybody, But
Thanks.
God, he's real, man. He's more real than anything that we got going on that's in front of us. And but it started in Flagstaff at NAU. Like you said, I was just, I don't know, I just felt like I needed something more. Like, I didn't know what, I just felt like I wasn't whole, and that was, I look back on it now, I feel like, that was God calling me to come closer to him. And I met Pastor Landon. He was a pastor.
Shout out Pastor Landon. If you ever watch this, Pastor Landon, shout out. All right,
shout out to you.
Man,
changed a lot of people's lives, and I know you still changing people's lives today.
Yeah.
But he had came and talked to the team at one time, and I don't even remember honestly what he was talking about. I'm sure it was obviously something positive and something about the Lord, but. He was like, after, if anybody wants to talk, if you're too afraid to, speak up and stuff like that, like, I'm going to be sitting outside, like, just come and talk to me. So I'm like, I'm like, I want to talk to him, but my ego is like, nah, like, I'm good, like, but yeah, like, I'm good. I don't need to talk to bro, like, I'm good. And then I went out and talked to him. I kind of just broke down in front of him, and I don't even remember everything that I was talking about, but it was probably just being away from my family. First time in college I was away, and just trying to figure out life on my own, and growing and stuff like that. Like probably figuratively having growing pains, like, just trying to get through life and growing, but it hurts. I'm just talking to him about that, and he invited me to his church to come to service, and I started going. Once again, my ego was getting to me. I was going in with my hood on, I was sitting in the back, like, but I know that, God, he just wants you to be there. He's happy that, it's not even about church, but he just wants you to be available to him and, open to him however he wants to work in your life. And, I was in there and he could work with that, so eventually I started getting closer and closer to the front, and I ended up getting baptized through his church, which was amazing. And
sounds like I'm moving.
Yeah, that's how he works. God does miracles. But I ended up getting baptized through his church, and then ever since then I just been growing. God's been working in me and doing things that I can never do on my own, and I just have been seeing him working in Tommie's life. And it's not always about, stuff that he's doing for me. Like, I just see him working, like I said, I'm looking for him. So like, I see him, like, he in what you're doing, like he's working in everybody's lives. Like, exactly. So different. He works differently for everybody, but he's forever like in debt, like, to God. And like, I can never repay him for what he's done for me. But, I think the only way that I can do that is just continuing to keep growing and keep the vision, not letting that anything kill my vision, and just continue to be a godly man and trying to, be obedient. I make mistakes every day. He's not a God that holds grudges on you or judges you or anything like that. Like, he forgives us time and time again, and gives us chances time and time and time again, and never turns his back on you as many times as you turn your back on him. Like, he's a good God, bro. Like, amen. And it's been a great journey. It's been not easy at all. I say, like, before I knew God, like, it was, I wouldn't say it was easier, but it was easier because I wasn't able to see me doing wrong. And it's not even that I was doing wrong, but I was in the wrong things, hanging out with the wrong people, having the wrong influences, and like, looking at the wrong stuff, not realizing that this is it's really giving me, like, it's wounding me, like deeper than I thought it was. And then once I really started, getting with God, it honestly became harder because I had to kind of like break through that, like
Yeah.
now I'm trying to grow through all the pain that I, put myself through and stuff like that. But
Through the pain.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it just, but it's, long story short though, it's been amazing. There's nothing less that I would ever say about that. And, he does deserve all the glory and all the praise. Like, I wouldn't be sitting in here, without it, because I wouldn't have had a relationship with you, and I'm hoping now I met you. I've seen you before, and I haven't seen you before, but I'm hoping that I can continue to grow relationships with you guys and stuff like that. Like, it's just, it's amazing.
That might help as well. I mean, you coming up, you might, aren't you trying to baptize as well?
Oh, yeah. No, so I'm already baptized, but I'm going to be a godfather for my baby sister.
Oh, yeah.
So and just going through that whole process, like he said, God works in mysterious ways. He just led me closer to him. I never thought of going to church. So my sister was a reason for me getting closer to him. And I'm grateful for that. Every day I'm learning more about him. I caught the Holy Ghost, like I've said before. It's the greatest feeling. Like, I felt his whole presence, and I felt him talking to me, and like my eyes are open to him, and like I don't know, it's just I know he's real. Like he said, he's real, dude. Like, and I love him, and he's real. And it's always bigger than me, and I always try to spread the love that he gives me within everybody else, because it's bigger than me. So just try to spread his love that he gives to me.
It's facts, because this man he shows a lot of love to. Like just everybody, like he supports us, like our brand. I mean, he supports him, his brand, his videography. Like, he supports us in so many different ways. Very selfless person. Yeah. So,
and even if you don't, like, not saying you know God, but even if you didn't know God, and that's how you move in life, like that's God. Like, you're selfless. Like, you're a giving person. You're generous. Like, even if you don't know Him, like. It's not about going to church. Like, it's, it's just, yes, I feel like you should be in church, but you don't need to go to church. Like, God is in us. He's in all of us. Like, just get on your knees, say some prayers, be intentional about your prayers, and like, you're with him, like it's.
And over time, you'll start to feel like I want to go to church.
Yeah, and definitely, it's very good to be in church. It's good to be around, like-minded people, like-minded individuals who love the Lord. But just like acts like that, like looking and being a selfless person, to his brand and investing into his brand, like. And just into other people, like that's a principle of the Lord. And
God is love.
Yeah, and
then so many like situations happen that you like I can't even explain. Like, how could you explain like how this situation happened? I'm like, dude, that's God.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so many things in my life have happened, and I'm like, that's Him. Like, you can't explain that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a great feeling. Great feeling.
That's how it was for me. For when I lost basketball, I would, why God. Why, you know what I'm saying? I worked my whole life for it.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing. Like, it's like whole stage. You go through stages with it. So then I had to try to change my whole mindset, understand that, all right, God, if I was supposed to lose basketball, then what am I supposed to do now? So, I started praying more. I started asking for signs. And I didn't get them. And sometimes you don't get it for a year. Right. You don't get it for months. People give up. They be like, oh, okay, God don't care about me. But that's not how it works with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to go through things. And that's what I went through. I went through deep depression, everything like that. And then next thing you know, social media came, YouTube came. And then I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you strong. You come out stronger. So he's real. He doesn't do everything. He's not trying to break you. People think that, so I gotta get broken. No, you know what I'm saying? It's just a process.
It's a process. There's steps that at
I'm not
times,
just gonna give it to you.
Nah, and there's steps at times where he has to break you. For you to become the man that he's trying to create you to be, like, he has to give you something that's going to break you, something that's gonna break away from like the ego, the I got it. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he has to do that, and I feel like
respond.
Yeah, it's about he's trying to look at, okay, this is gonna make you stronger.
Yeah,
like this is gonna help you out. This ain't what I'm saying. This is not trying. I'm not trying to. It's gonna hurt, but he's not. And this is just how I perceive it. He's not trying to hurt you. He's trying to, give you growth. And with growth comes, some hardships. Better, through the pain.
Exactly.
It's with growth comes with hardships. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to help. You know what I'm saying? But that's incredible.
And,
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, and just like you said, like God, He sees more than we can see. Maybe if my journey, if I did get to where I wanted to get to right when I wanted to get there, it would have been the worst thing for me, exactly. And I didn't know that. Like, I can't see that, but He can see that. And the process that He took me through is the best thing that was for me. Like, if you would have made it to the NBA, like, who knows how that would have went out for you. In your mind, obviously you're gonna think the greatest thing, I'd have been that money, that, but like, that's not realistic. Like, his vision and his the way that He sees things, He sees the beginning and the end, so it's just trusting that He has a plan, and His plan is persistent and that it will work. And it's not, like you said, it's not always easy, but like some of the stuff that we want, He's saving us from, because it could ruin our whole lives. It could mess you up. It could, and He don't want that for us. Like, why would that's not a God. Like, that's not a loving God if He just give you that and it breaks you. But sometimes it's just you don't see that, and I didn't understand that until I got the right perspective. So
that's what's crazy, because like He through my whole journey, and now how I am now, He got me like so humble and grateful, because like if it was just given to me, I might have just been big headed, ego, you know what I'm saying, prideful, all that type of stuff. But like now, like He through this whole process, like I'm so humble for where I'm at and grateful. Like I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. Like,
and it's not to throw shade on any of the people that
no, of course not. Yeah.
But
it's like I know it was for me. It was my journey. He put me through that journey for a reason, because He's like, I want you to be humble.
Yeah, that's
that's what's crazy about it. That's Him.
That's dope. It's so good. It's like, y'all don't know. Like, sometimes it's so good hearing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like huge. It's big. You know what I'm saying?
Testimonies, man. Testimonies, bro.
Right.
That was
over and over again. He's gonna give them to y'all, man. But nah, it's definitely been something. I mean, as far as like 2022 is going, like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of things that I feel like God has for us.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And especially with your journey and where you came from. I know for a fact, like, there's some blessings. And then, yours as well, man, because you guys are putting in the work, the effort. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that's huge, man. And I mean,
one thing I perceive it, for me at least, is like a lot of people don't understand, is that God can only take care of us one at a time. Some people think that He should take care of all these people, but He doesn't do that. He takes care of us one at a time, and it's not all at the same time, but your time will come. People have to understand that.
Amen.
Yeah, no, that's facts. And then you got to be open to it. Yeah, patience. I think the biggest thing, and I don't know how y'all deal with this. Like, how y'all help, like, as far as patience goes. Because I'm very impatient. I'm a very impatient person. Most of the time, like, I talk to y'all. I've talked to a lot of people about this, but I'm like, man, how do y'all sit back? Like, how do y'all deal with patience? Are y'all like just as impatient, or am I the only one?
He knows I'm impatient. Yeah. I'm impatient with it, but I get these feelings like it's just gonna come. I don't know. It's just a weird feeling that I get. Like, I told him, I was like, this year, like so far these past was it 16 days?
Yeah. Bro,
like, weird. It's just growing. Like, it's going crazy. Like, I told him, I told him, I was like, I have a weird feeling, but 2022 is about to be a big year. I was like, I don't know why. I was just calling hunch. I don't know, but I feel like God's talking to me. I just feel like it's just, like, since I started the whole thing in 2018, I was super impatient, but you just have to look back at your growth, see where you came from. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, people wanted to just take off overnight. You rich, got all this money, you got your house. You know what I'm saying? But I think what you have to look at is just look at the growth where you came from, like remember how you started, remember how low you was, and see where you're at now, and see if that, you know, that should make you like, okay, I could keep going. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I get impatient, but I remember where I started. Yeah. So it helps me calm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Keeps me sane, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm impatient, but
because I know that like the injuries parts, I know those haven't got to been like.
It was real tough, yeah, but it's just, you know, during that time, just, you know, yeah, I mean, to be real, it would be hard to get down on my knees and say a prayer. Like during that time, you know, I'm like, I thought this is what we like. I thought this is what we was going for, and then it's like, it changed, you know, but. It's just like you said, it just makes you grateful. You know, it humbles you, and it's. I mean, patience, I think, is one of the hardest things to understand and to really put into action. Like, but you know, when you do it, it always pays off. And I think during that time, you know, what you fill your time with while you're being patient is, you know, working and staying faithful, and you know, helping out where you can, you know, where you're at the moment. Like, you know, I think when you can become impatient when you're focusing on the future so much, you know. You can miss out on, you know, oh, well, you know, God put me here for this reason, and I ain't, you know, to help out this person. And I was so focused on my future that, you know, I missed it. And it's like, you know, you don't ever want to have that feeling. And I've had it before. It's not.
Planting seeds. Right.
It's not a bad thing, but, you know, you want to plant as many seeds as you can. So, you know, when that harvest comes, when, you know, it'll come abundantly. And, you know, it's not even about, I mean, obviously it will come in money and stuff like that, but it'll come in, you know, love that's reciprocated back to you, you know, blessings that people are giving to you that, you know, you didn't even ask for. Like, that's also how it comes. And I think it's just, but just to remain patient, you know, you got to, you know, keep working, staying faithful, and just focus, you know, to take your mind off the future is to focus on where you're at, you know, how you can impact where you're at and be better where you're at. And, you know, it'll come. Like you said, it's just, you know, having a feeling like, you know, it's going to come. Like, like where, like he hasn't failed me once. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to fail me now. It's gonna come. Yeah, I don't know when, but it will come. And when it comes, it'll be at the right, perfect time, you know?
Exactly.
And so, real quick, before we get into the next, like, segment, I just had a question, like, or could you give some insight to some of those athletes out there that are, like, dealing with, I wouldn't really say depression, but are, like, you know, maybe they're just not feeling, you know, the presence, or maybe they're not feeling influencers as well, young influencers as well, but maybe they're not feeling the presence, or, you know, give them some, like, advice on, like, what they should be doing as far as, you know, maybe to get to the next level or to where you're at.
The presence of
God, maybe, or,
and then get into the next level of, you know, their relationship with the Lord, or like the next level of where they're trying to get to. Both.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't think
it's like what he said. If you're looking for him, you will find him.
Yeah.
That's how I was. Like, I started looking for him, and then he brought me close to him by being a godfather for my sister.
Right.
Once I did that, I became much closer to him. I caught the Holy Spirit and all that. So, like he said, if you look for him, he will grab you and bring you closer to you.
Yeah.
So,
and I also think, you know, he's not a prosperity God. Like, you can't look for him to always. Like, you can't use him to give you things, you know? Like, you can't use God to give you things. Like, you have to love him for who he is. And, you know, as a best friend, as a friend, like, you know, he's the homie, you know? Like, but he's the greatest homie you could ever have. Like,
he gonna hold you accountable.
He gonna hold you accountable. But he always gonna be there. He always gonna pick you up. He always gonna encourage you, you know? Like, and I think for me, that was kind of part of my journey, is I was looking for him to, I was kind of using him to elevate me in the football world, you know, like, and he has been, but, you know, he's also humbled me and really gave me a different perspective. Like, hey, I could give you this, but this isn't why I want you to be my child. This isn't why I want you to know me. You know, I want you to know me because, you know, I've saved you from things that you haven't even seen, you know, like saved you from dangers and spirits that you never even had to encounter because, you know, I saved you, like stuff like that. Like, and it's just really having a true relationship with the Lord. Like, he, you know, ask him and, you know, you shall receive. Like, that is the truth, you know, that's in the word. But, you know, you got to know him for who he is and love him for who he is. Like, you know, ask yourself this question, like, if God never did anything else for you in the rest of your life, like, you know, would you still love him? Would you still pray to him? Would you still worship him? Like, you know, that's a tough question. But if you don't have that, you know, that true relationship with him, like, to say, like, you know, yeah, I will. And, you know, it's not realistic because he obviously gonna bless you. He doesn't keep us, you know, with no money, with no, you know what I'm saying, with no blessings, stuff like that. That's not, but that's just a realization question of, you know, maybe put into perspective of why am I praying? You know, what am I praying about? Am I just asking him for, you know, to elevate me in these areas of my life or my career? Or, you know, am I asking God, like, hey, God, like, you know, I'm praying, like, you know, tell me what you want me to do today. Like, you know, show me the way today. Like, and, you know, just walk in that. And it's just, I think it's, for younger athletes, myself included, like when I was young, I'm still young, but just like it's about your relationship with him. Like he's not a prosperity God. He will give to you, but that's not why you should love him. You should love him for his relationship, your guys' relationship.
Yeah. Oh, dang. That's
good.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I mean, shoot, that's
right
that goes right for the influencers too.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Okay. No, all right. Shoot, that's incredible, man. Nah, I appreciate it, man. So I want to talk a little bit, get a little like not off topic, but if y'all can give me, I don't know, top 4 of things in your perspective sport, like who y'all look up to.
Like basketball.
So yeah, if it's basketball, give me your top 3. You know what I'm saying? If it's your football, top 3. You know, and your perspective, like what y'all do. And I meant as far as influencing, like who like people that you look up to. Like,
influencing. Oh,
yeah, because that's what we've been talking about. Huh? Yeah, like top 3. No.
Just like people that influence me in general.
That have motivated you. Like
okay.
Like your top 3, and then we'll go with you.
Just seeing about his journey, everything I've learned or watched, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
It's my guy. It's everybody has their own opinion. I know. He's my GOAT, okay? My GOAT. That's all I'm saying. He's my GOAT.
Hey, you got my vote too. You my GOAT too.
He's my GOAT. I'm not saying he's y'all GOAT. He's my GOAT, though. But Brian, one person that really helped me, like depression-wise and things like that, was Juice WRLD. You know, his music. Things like that, and
saved a lot of lives.
My parents, my dad, my mom, and my stepdad. So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're 3 in 1, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Brian, Juice WRLD, my parents.
Okay. Yeah. The top 3. What about you?
Related to football, I would say Tyrann Mathieu. He's a guy that.
Journey, man.
Yeah, he's had a long journey through injuries, through, you know, mistakes and stuff like that. And I follow him still to this day on Twitter. And, like, you know, he's found his relationship. I don't know his whole relationship with the Lord. I'm not going to speak on that. But what he portrays is that, you know, he knows God and, you know, he loves God. And I could see God working in his life. So, you know, he's real inspirational to me. You know, he has a family, he has some, you know, kids and stuff like that. And he just looks happy, like, you know what I'm saying, with all the stuff that's going on in his life. Like, you know, he continuously says, like, he's a family man. Like, you know, he's focused on, you know, just going to work every day, being the best football player that he can be. And also, you know, going home, being the best dad he could be, best husband. And that's real inspiring to me. I don't know, for football-wise, like, it would just kind of be the way that people play. Like Jalen Ramsey, I like the way he plays. He, you know what I'm saying, he be getting after that boy be out there. And he, you know, he's also, the way that he portrays that he's a man of God. I don't like speaking on other people's relationships, but just from what he shows, you know, like, seems like he's, you know, he's tapped in, and I'm no judge of that, but outside of football though, I like Ja Morant a lot.
Man,
I like the way that he plays.
He's a
like
dog.
he's it's just
he's a dog.
he's a dog, bro. Like
he ain't had to do my Lakers like that, but damn, he's a dog.
They on
For real.
a 11-game win streak right now.
yeah, they lost.
They lost.
Like,
They lost.
yes.
Okay.
They lost the Mavericks, but
They was eating though. Like and, you know, he's been the leader of that, and
he's young too.
yeah, he's a young baller, bro. Like
For real.
you just certain people that you just see, and there's a lot of people that have it, but those are my top 3. But you just see like they not gonna be told no. You know what I'm saying? Like
They gonna go out
they
there
gonna
and
go and go get it. Like they just got that mentality, and it's like Kobe, bro. Like I'm ashamed I didn't even say Kobe. Like you know, like it's just that mentality. Like,
I can't lie. I thought that he kind of the GOAT. Like in my opinion,
That's yeah.
I think like obviously, as far as people I've watched, I would say Kobe for myself. I'm gonna pay the respect to MJ. I mean, he's obvious, but as far as me, like what I looked up to, I was like, man, Kobe's, him.
I grew up watching
his IQ, just watching it over time, and I think it was the 2 years or the 2 years they went back-to-back series in the finals with the Lakers and the Celtics. Like 2 years in a row. I kid you not, I remember watching that with my dad and just like seeing him work. Like it's so different the way he Pau Gasol before Kobe was not Pau Gasol. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Odom, same thing. All those guys around him, and it just, as he got older, he started, passing a little bit better. His IQ got higher. I mean, and it was just like, yo, this is incredible.
Like he's infectious, like the way that he plays. And
it's dropped 60 on your last game. You know what I'm saying? Tell me someone else that did that.
Go out like that.
Go out like that. Go straight. I'm going straight to the ice bed after that, though. I ain't gonna lie. Shoot.
Joints hurting.
Dude, but nah, he's an incredible influence, I think, especially now. So I think he'll carry that forever, right? Because just like we have the shoes with Jordan, and the Mamba mentality, just in life, we attack things. You like Kobe, Mamba mentality. Remember that. Right. And it's just like that will carry on for a while. I think that's gonna be something that I don't think it's talked about enough. But like his influence as far as like just a mentality. 4 a.m. to what he said, 4 a.m.s to 10 a.m.s to then he got active recovery in the evening and all these. I'm like, you know how many workouts that is, and you still got to go play a game.
And he's obsessed. Man. Like he's obsessed with. Like I've seen something too. Like he would maybe like eavesdrop on a conversation or overhear somebody saying like I be getting to the gym at 6:30. Nobody's there. Same dude pulls up to the gym next day at 6:30. Kobe's in there shooting shots at 4 a.m. Oh, yeah. He's like, what like. What you doing? Yeah. He's like, well, I heard you was shooting at 6:30, so I had to come here at 4. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just stuff like that. Like, that's infectious, bro. Like, that's to have that. Different. It's easy to have that mindset for a month or, a year. Like, bro, he did that for like 20 years or something. However long, 18 years, something like that. He was in the league. But, like, that's amazing, bro. Like, but it's so much dedication, like, and then to think that he's still a father, he's still a husband, like, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, but he ain't have no, but that's why he never, well, I don't know, but he wasn't really in the social media drama a lot, you know what I'm saying, because he was real focused, like, and he had goals, he had plans, and he was
coaching his daughter, and
right, coaching,
and that was incredible too. And it's the same with Braun. I mean, it's
that
like,
man, the way he keeps his body and shit, but at 37, the way he jumping ass is ridiculous.
His average,
that's what I'm saying.
His
like
point average is still the same. But I just need my man Westbrook to step up. I just can't stand this stuff. I'm like, yo, come on.
He need to come back with a vengeance, man. All this crap they be talking about.
Yeah, they talking about getting rid of them two and the big three. They need to break it up in this because Westbrook he's not what everybody made him out to be and all these things. I'm like, give my man a second. Hold on, like let him catch up or like playing with Bron is not easy, and off the ball, you're off the ball more a little bit.
When Westbrook's by himself, that dude is a monster.
Yeah, when he's on the floor, and controlling the pace and stuff, I think it's different. But dude, I'm just like, man, the way they keep in shape, the way their mentality. Now, see, sometimes I'm curious. Like, I really am curious if it's a mentality thing or if they physically can just do that. Because some guys, like let's just say 20 years in the league, that puts a lot of toll on your body.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And to keep doing those 4 a.m.s and to have that mentality of hunger, is it a mentality or can your body really take that? Like, were you gifted, the recovery of, I don't know, a god? Like, it's so.
So I understand that basketball, but I'm trying to think like 20 years when y'all do football like that's. Y'all body, man.
But it's
15, I think maybe is the most.
15 years?
Oh, no. I'm not saying 20 years in the league. I'm just talking about in general. Like years.
Okay. I think the only one that might be able to do that is Tom Brady. Because he doesn't take that many hits. Like DBs and stuff, like DBs, receivers, running backs.
Definitely
running backs are only 10 years, 12 years because there's only so much you could take.
I'm about to say,
because you don't understand like concussion factors. They start to your brain damage and stuff. But you get that check for 10 years.
Real.
Put that stuff away. I was like, you set and you able to help your family's family. You know what I'm saying? And your kids don't ever gotta worry.
Right.
That's the biggest difference, I think, because it's different. I mean, basketball and football obviously get paid differently, but 10 years in the league, that's incredible. But yeah, I'd be curious sometimes.
Yeah. But like Bron, he put they said like $1 million into recovery over the off season, so it's like
that dude's dedicated for real.
I mean, he got it, so you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna do it, but
if you could, would you?
Yeah, if I could, definitely. Yeah, and it's gonna keep me playing longer. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna. It's gonna come back in the back end,
Because I ain't gonna lie, when I get a little when I'm doing all that stuff, I want my own home gym, I want a sauna, I want the things that recovery wise, I want a pool, all that.
But think about it, if you could do it, you gonna do it. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's what he could do that wants. Twice over, 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? Every season. Bro. Yeah, he just. Okay, $1 million for recovery. I'm good. Damn, boy.
Yeah, because when they bring people out and they talk about how I spent, I don't know if you've seen GQs, how I spent my first $1 million.
Yeah.
When they spent my first 100, I'm like, dang, y'all just be putting aside money. Y'all get that. Does a signing bonus really that much?
Yeah.
Gosh, dang.
For certain things.
Yeah, but I mean, shoot.
Zae,
wait, what?
Your top 3?
For me, I probably have to. It's not like he's not in the NBA or anything like that, but I probably have to say my brother because he really inspired me to play basketball. And then in the NBA, I probably have to say Patrick Beverly and Kyrie Irving. Patrick Beverly because I love playing defense, bro. I'll guard the best player on the motherfucking court. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck. Dude. I'm not scared. I'll do it because I just love taking the ball or playing good defense. And I'm aggressive, so. I don't know if that's just a Cali thing or what, but
not yesterday though, huh?
I'm
not ashamed. So I was just giving up.
He was mad. He didn't even care about the score. That man was just mad about his defense.
Yeah, bro, that shit was pissing me off. But and then the third one would be Kyrie Irving. I just love the way he played, bro.
Kyrie,
he's my GOAT. So.
That man different with the walk. He's the best ball handler I've ever seen.
That's not only that.
I'm putting up AI. AI's up there.
Oh, AI.
But Kyrie,
it's not only that. As far as that, I'm pretty sure Kyrie Irving's tapped into a lot of he's tapped into his mentality.
Yeah,
he's walking around with a stick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This man is different.
The Red Sea.
Yeah, this man walking around with he's tapped into life.
Different,
different.
Definitely
that's I can when I looked at that, I was like, I can appreciate that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that's incredible.
He's all about positivity, all that. Yeah, he's he's not even on social media, none of that. At all, right?
Kyrie?
Yeah.
As much.
Yeah. I mean, not as much as other athletes and things like that, but.
He's not as much. But it's that's incredible, man.
But I think that's it. It shows how he came back after all that. All that guess you could say, antics, drama, and stuff like that. Like with the vaccine and all that, and then he comes back first game, he dropped whatever he dropped.
22.
Yeah, like
22, like nothing.
That's that mentality, you know. And
Mamba.
yeah,
you know how close he was. He was really, really close to Kobe.
Yeah.
So it really broke him when he lost him. But
because I don't know. I think, let's see, if I go, I'm trying to think of my top 3 real quick. I know for a fact, like Westbrook there's definitely somebody that has influenced me, especially like.
he got that Mamba.
Yeah.
Not scoring, but you know.
No, I mean, his shot right now,
he got it though. He got it.
He got the Mamba mentality. It's just the
He got
shots
a
ain't
killer
going in.
mentality, man. He do not care. You know, him, you know, I've looked like up to him for a while. Got his jersey, his college jersey. Like I don't, I'm really into him.
Nah, yeah, he's been.
Yeah, Ben Westbrook. Yeah, Westbrook has been somebody. I'm like, nah, give him a chance because everybody be hating on him for nothing.
He always had hate though.
2K.
He had a better jump shot back then. I ain't gonna lie, but
I don't know what happened to it.
yeah, I mean, shoot. I think as age goes, you know, like
Last year OKC, man.
yeah. So
legendary.
So Westbrook for sure. I know. If we had to talk about who influences me, I think Virgil definitely influenced me.
Off-White?
You know, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's hard.
Influenced
Didn't know about him.
just as far as starting from where he started and then kind of just making his way into the fashion industry to the point where now I'm like, do I love his shoes? You know, love his shoes, love the style. Like that's definitely influenced me.
For
fashion wise, yeah, for our Through the
fashion-wise.
Pain stuff, like that gave me a little bit of like an inspiration, like go get it. And then I don't know, I definitely don't act like him or try to say any of the stuff that he does. But I think let's see, I was going to say Kanye, but that's only because like his relationship, it seems to me his relationship with God, like he's tapped in with him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say like I know his relationship, but I'm not gonna speak on it. But it's just like putting out a gospel album, you know, like
That's different.
to go, you know what I'm saying, to he put out an album and it has no curse words, like you know, that's nowadays that's kind of hard to do, even with that the rappers that are doing nothing but cursing, you know what I'm saying. So it's you know, that to me I was just like, yo, that's crazy, that's pretty awesome. But
Kanye is real intelligent though too, like,
and he's not dumb.
he's real intelligent. And I watched some of that Drink Champs
the
podcast. Yeah, that he's smart, bro. He's about to come out with a documentary on Netflix too. I think that's in February. I think about him, and I think we forget, like, you know, how he came up, bro. Like through the wire, like, you know what I'm saying, with the jaw broken, he's still rapping. Like that's crazy, bro. Like, but he's been who he is for so long that, like, you know what I'm saying, we got that image of him of like fame Kanye, you know, but like we don't really know how, not know, but we forget how intelligent he is and how impactful he's been to this, you know, the world and the music industry, clothing industry. You talked about the Adidas, how he, you know what I'm saying?
He said he turned it from like, what the numbers he say, from like a 3 million or 100 million to 100 billion or like $5 billion industry. He said it was a big jump.
Yeah.
I don't know the specific number.
I forgot to.
But it was like a 10 million to like 100 million. I think that's what it was. I'm not sure.
Damn.
But you know what I'm saying? He turned that industry around because like Adidas is going, like that's what Yeezy is.
Right.
You know, it's all Adidas. And they even brought in Jerry Lorenzo. I'm hoping that, you know, Fear of God. I'm hoping that something go crazy with him because
it's going to.
I've been missing him. I'm like, hey, come out with something, you know, some we can afford. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because man, you know, his prices, you know, they it's good quality. It's good quality stuff. Like his essentials that he did, like everybody's wearing those things. You know, like it's, you know, it's awesome. But yeah, I think I would have to go with those if I had to say anything, because I listen to Kanye a lot. I mean, as far as like his last album is still like kind of hits me, Hurricane and Praise God, you know, like, you know, those are all like things that just like, I don't know. They just dope, man. I think those are the biggest things that influence me. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate y'all for coming on today. We gonna be seeing more of Larry. You know what I'm saying? Now that he back, and then Ryan couldn't be here today. He's at a 7-on-7 tournament. Shout out the Sweet Feet Elite team, man. Hopefully y'all win today, but. We appreciate y'all for coming in, man, tapping in with us.
Appreciate it as well.
And Isaiah, you got your message for the youngins?
Yeah, I mainly try to reach out to the youngins, but if I can reach out to anybody, that's cool too. Just make sure you guys are grinding every day, staying healthy mentally and physically, and understand that life isn't easy. When you're going through something sad or depression or whatever, embrace that and try to learn everything you can about yourself and life in general, and just keep fighting.
Yeah, you got it. You can do it. All right. Yeah. Through the pain, you can. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, so yeah, we appreciate y'all. Say what you said. Back at it again, man. We out.
See, lately I've been going through it. I'm feeling the pain. I ain't feeling the same. I've been trying to find answers through music. I fought through the storm and I fought through the rain, but my mind is a fog, it's polluted. It's so hard to smile. I've been down for a while.